What is going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing extremely well. We are talking about KASPA because KASPA has made quite a name in the cryptocurrency space, guys. I believe that KASPA is coming to put Bitcoin through the challenge. I have two questions for you. One, do you know why KASPA can actually take the place of Bitcoin? And number two is, do you know what sets aside KASPA from all other crypto projects? If not, I will ensure I make these questions very clear and simple to answer by the end of this video, guys. Make sure you guys watch all the way through to the end so you don't miss out on an opportunity that many missed when Bitcoin was at pennies, guys. All right, first off, foremost, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving you my opinion on this project, guys, giving you some information. Number two, I am not sponsored by any cryptocurrency that I talk about on my Run My Crypto channel, guys. So Jasmine, no, I don't get paid by them. KASPA, no. Internet Computer, Mina, Oasis, any project that I talk about, I do not get any monetization from them, guys. But what I want you guys to do is make sure you hit that like button, make sure you guys subscribe to Run My Crypto, guys, and let's get into this video, guys. All right, this is KASPA, all right, pressing Bitcoin. Let's get it. All right, guys, before we jump into the video, I am not downplaying Bitcoin at all. As a matter of fact, I think that Bitcoin is the legendary cryptocurrency, the leader of all crypto, guys. And if it wasn't for Bitcoin, we would not be in this space, period, guys. So much homage to Bitcoin, just to let you guys know that. But as classic cars are now, there are new cars which people are more interested in because they are more advanced than what the cars originally are. But again, Bitcoin, something I would love to keep in my garage if you guys know what I mean, for an eternity, guys. So much homage, much respect to Bitcoin. Never knocking Bitcoin, because that we wouldn't have cryptocurrency without that. So let's basically take a look at why KASPA is actually in position to take the place of Bitcoin as a secondary cryptocurrency leader, guys. So in comparison to Bitcoin, using a proof of work census mechanism, KASPA also uses proof of work. However, KASPA also has the ability to use other consensus mechanism, which allows KASPA to basically be more flexible and does not really require mining because of the way that the system is set up. So this is an important fact to note, because not only having the ability to not have to mine coins, the actual system is more efficient and more effective than Bitcoin's current system, right? So this is made possible because of block DAG. So they have a system basically set up called DAG. This basically allows KASPA to cover more ground when completing blocks because of the ability to work on multiple blocks at once, guys, giving the completion rate higher than that of Bitcoin. Because what Bitcoin does is Bitcoin takes transactions and fills those blocks up, then links it to that creates a new block and then links it to the block behind it. But what the DAG system is just blocks everywhere, and when transactions come through, transactions are coming through at a faster rate, and they're going into separate different blocks, being able to just take on those transactions and place them in a storage, right? So when you think about it, blockchain is just a big ledger writing down all the transactions that users are doing and making. But to get a better understanding of why this is important, guys, is because when you use Bitcoin and you make a transaction, guys, there's a wait time, and that wait time is built within that system. And I'm going to get more into what that is, guys, a little bit further. But that's what happens. It slows down when you're filling up one block and then starting a new one and then filling that up, versus transactions coming through at a high rate going into different blocks. So the way I look at KASPA is basically on steroids, right? Bitcoin on steroids. That's the way they basically set themselves up. So the second point that I wanted to touch on is about scalability. So when we chat about scaling out blockchain versus DAG, this is where it's basically the deal breaker, and it puts KASPA a little bit higher on the pole, because Bitcoin on the old-fashioned blockchain system actually faces constraints, and this is due to high traffic and volume of transactions. So with high traffic, it takes time because Bitcoin essentially needs to fill a block of transactions before it can move on to the next block. But KASPA, on the other hand, using the block DAG, has the ability to consume high traffic volumes of transactions by pulling in transactions and pushing them to empty blocks or to blocks that have space to fulfill. And it has essentially a more robust security system in place, allowing for a safe and secure transaction, right? So ultimately, comparing KASPA to Bitcoin, it's proven that KASPA can outperform Bitcoin, using the same design, but with a more sophisticated approach. This gives KASPA the advantage over Bitcoin when it comes to not having to mine versus having to mine for transactions, guys. So transaction speeds and security, KASPA is kind of leading Bitcoin in that essence, right? So what essentially sets KASPA apart from other cryptocurrency designs is basically the DAG, right? So in combination with DAG and heavy hashing algorithms and proof of work consensus, this basically creates a different approach towards a crypto design. And when I mentioned crypto designs, these are how the crypto blockchains are basically built, and that's what sets aside different cryptos from other cryptos. Is just basically by the way they set up their system to perform. So I think this is what I know that IOTA uses DAG, and there's another crypto that uses DAG, but they were not really successful. And I started to think about that, and then I started to understand, like, okay, well, KASPA is different than IOTA because they're incorporating not only the DAG system, they're incorporating the proof of work system, and then they're also using the heavy hashing algorithm. So I mean, it just, you know, if you think about it, it's utilizing the complexity of what those crypto projects are, but essentially kind of putting it in a modern setting, right? So this is extremely beneficial for KASPA because I think this allows the network to process blocks simultaneously, right? Versus going in and just completing one block, creating another block, and then creating another block. It's actually taking a lot of transactions in and then plugging them in. So it's, if you were to actually utilize the system, you would get a confirmation a lot faster than you would after one block is built and then the transaction goes out. All right, so thirdly, with KASPA, so KASPA using the Ghost DAG protocol, this basically keeps like these orphan blocks, right? So since a transaction can go through a block, remain, and confirm, what happens is it creates these blocks that are basically just sitting there waiting to be fulfilled. So their Ghost DAG protocol basically keeps those blocks that are not complete to coexist with all the completed and working blocks, so that orphan blocks basically cannot be tampered with. It's not like you could go in and then roll back that transaction, because they're all connected with the current blocks that are being utilized. So that's what the Ghost DAG protocol does, is keep track of every block that has a transaction in it, guys. So to basically sum this all up, major points that I could take from KASPA and this project is basically how the developers have set up KASPA and what they're aiming at, right? So if we start to, you know, if we start to talk about, you know, the potential, I guess I would say, target that KASPA project is trying to meet, they're pretty much checking these boxes, guys. So you know, they have faster transactions than faster transactions than Bitcoin. They provide an instant confirmation of transaction versus waiting for confirmations like many other projects. Scalability by allowing many blocks to be used prior to completing a single block. Efficiency of work by using DAG and heavy hash and proof of work, the network can provide a high throughput and utilize less energy to complete blocks, and not necessarily even have to mine to get these transactions through, guys. And that's the unique thing about Bitcoin, though, is that Bitcoin is a rare system because, you know, it's simplified, but it's set up and it's rare. So that's what, you know, sets aside Bitcoin from KASPA, you know. So that's a positive for Bitcoin. And then also, security, guys. Like, so with all the blocks being utilized, the system basically protects against vulnerabilities. It limits constraints and challenges to the chain. So there's just a lot of positive systems that KASPA does or has or is available than what Bitcoin is doing, guys. So this is what I think, that, you know, KASPA's gained tons and tons of community. I believe that more and more people are going to start utilizing KASPA, and the way that KASPA runs and operates, I think that, you know, unfortunately we don't stay in the old time. We're always adapting. We're just adapting to new technology. And I think KASPA has basically set themselves up to make sure that they can achieve that through their project. So now, understanding how robust KASPA is, I think having the knowledge of how KASPA can challenge Bitcoin, I would say that given that all the right resources, KASPA will indeed outperform Bitcoin. And with a system like this in place, I feel that it's time for more advanced and more sophisticated projects to start basically filling the shoes of these older projects like Bitcoin. And so when I think about this, I'm thinking, okay, well, we have KASPA challenging Bitcoin, we have ICP challenging Ethereum, and this is it. Like, we revolutionize, we move forward, and these projects, guys, are doing that of those who have led the way. But unfortunately, you know, I mean, everybody wants faster, you know, people want things to happen quickly, because that's the generation that we live in. So that's what we are going to be going after. And unfortunately, I do believe that these newer projects that are building the same way that our leading projects are, but with better technology behind them, better transaction speeds, better scalability, this is essentially what's going to drive these newer projects in the crypto space. I mean, it is what it is, guys. You know, I love Bitcoin. I paid homage to Bitcoin. I love what it's done for us, but it's time for us to advance technology and to step in and just plow the way for crypto and become the fastest growing adopted currency and continue building our future. I mean, this is essential, guys. So that's why I feel that KASPA will be leading over Bitcoin. I hope you guys got something out of this, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button if you guys got some knowledge out of this. I hope I simplified it. I hope I gave you a visual or a vision of what I believe KASPA can do for the future of crypto, guys. So with my price prediction, I'm gonna throw this guys in. without doubt, basically because of everything that the system is built on, how it works, how it operates. That's where I think we'll go in this next bull run, guys. And I have a feeling that the bull run should kick off within the Q2 of 2024. I think we'll start seeing some positive come, even though there's a bunch of noise on the outside, guys. We should look forward to a bull run in 2024, 2025, guys. All right, again, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe. Run My Crypto. Appreciate you guys. Stay blessed. Make sure you guys always do your own research and make the best investment decisions that you possibly can. Take care.